I guess you could call this the worst kept secret in boxing. But today, Eddie Hearn officially announced that he is leaving Sky and that he has signed a 5-year broadcast deal with DAZN for all his UK shows. And I'll put an asterisk next to all his UK shows. I'll come back to that in just a moment. But he did this interview with Kugan Cassius where he was laying it all out, talking about how great the deal is, about how great the schedule's going to be. I believe he said there'll be 30 UK shows, a minimum of 30 UK shows a year. He also said that his entire stable, other than Anthony Joshua, his entire stable will be coming over to DAZN, including Dillian Whyte. The only caveat he put on that is if Dillian Whyte manages to get a huge fight like a Deontay Wilder or whatever, he may have the opportunity in that situation to shop the fight to other broadcasters like Sky, BT, whoever. But for the foreseeable future, for his next couple fights at least, according to Hearn, Dillian Whyte will be on DAZN. He also confirmed the price point of $199, and I'm sure we all know that's only an introductory price point. That's DAZN coming into the UK market extremely aggressive, charging $199, which is insane value for money for the amount of content you're getting even now. And once they add all the extra content, I mean, again, unbelievable value for money. But we all know it can't possibly stay that low. It's not financially viable for it to stay that low. But Eddie Hearn said, I think for at least the next 2-3 months, it's going to stay at $199. Once it goes up, he says it's not going to be anything too crazy. He said it's going to be less than a lot of people think. I'm guessing, what, a tenner a month? I'll be happy to pay that. He said it was a difficult decision leaving Sky, but ultimately it was about the money that DAZN are offering. And he framed it in such a way that it's not his own bank balance he's most concerned about, but it's the vision that he has for the sport and the vision he has for the company. Now it's going to be easier to find the money to pay fighters and put on the biggest shows. I'm sure it's a combination of both. I'm sure it's his own bank balance combined with the extra freedom DAZN's going to give him because of their bigger budget than Sky. Now, Kugan did ask him about whether this is a risk, because of course Sky is a much bigger brand in the UK. There's much more familiarity with Sky for the audience than there is with DAZN. But of course, DAZN has been building their profile in the UK over the past few months. Eddie Hearn said there's going to be an announcement in the next few days with regards to who DAZN are partnering with in the UK, which will allow them to promote themselves as a platform and promote their events. Because of course with Sky, it's not just sports. They've got Sky News, they've got Sky Movies, they've got all kinds of other services which are very popular in Britain, and they were able to promote the boxing right the way across their different channels, across their whole network. So Kugan was asking, is that going to be an issue with DAZN? And Eddie Hearn seems to think it won't be an issue. So we'll see. You imagine there's an opportunity there for other promoters, maybe a Sauerland, maybe a Frank Warren. I mean, does Frank Warren have an exclusive deal with BT Sport, or are there other promoters on BT Sport with him? Is he allowed to go and have shows on other platforms in the UK, or is his deal with BT structured in such a way that they're exclusive to each other? I don't know. You guys fill me in the comment section below about that. But yeah, there's surely going to be a vacuum there where other promoters are going to move in on Sky. And that's, I guess, a good thing. The more platforms are putting on boxing in Britain, the better, right? But for now, the biggest shows and the most busy schedule will be on DAZN. I'm personally happy about this because I was tired of, for one, the broadcast team on Sky, the constant agenda pushing, and also the lack of value for money. Because Sky were putting on so many pay-per-views that the frequency, the number of pay-per-views was going up and up. But yet, the quality wasn't going up at the same rate. And also the price was creeping up as well. This is something a lot of people were not happy about. I certainly wasn't happy about it. I, at one stage, was buying nearly every Sky pay-per-view. But in recent times, I haven't been buying any of them. With that being said, Eddie Hearn did say in this interview that this is not the end of pay-per-view. That pay-per-view will still exist, but only for the biggest shows. What does he mean by that? Unfortunately, Kugan Cassius didn't ask him to clarify that particular point. He let him move on without getting him to expand on it further. Because we know that Anthony Joshua still has one fight left on his Sky deal. So be it against Usyk or whoever next, it will be on Sky. Is that all Eddie Hearn was talking about with regards to pay-per-view? Or is he actually talking about DAZN doing pay-per-views? Like if Anthony Joshua joins DAZN, are his fights going to be on just regular DAZN, part of the subscription? Or are they going to do pay-per-view for AJ fights? That is something Eddie Hearn was not made to clarify. Hopefully in the next interview, whoever does it with him, they will get him on that particular point and make him clarify exactly what he means by that. Now, even if DAZN do start doing pay-per-views for the biggest shows like Anthony Joshua, that's still better value for money than Sky. Sky is a subscription service. You have to have a TV. I don't have a TV. I haven't owned a television since 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. I've got a very large television-sized gaming monitor, but I don't have a TV. And I have no intention of getting a TV. So I was consuming Sky's content via streams. And when it came to their pay-per-views, as I said, I was buying most of their pay-per-views before, but in recent times, I've been streaming those too, because again, the quality has not been there. The frequency has been going up and up. And as I say, the price has been going up and up as well. And I didn't feel like it was worth the money they were charging anymore. So with Sky, you've got to pay the subscription to Sky and all the sports channels. And then you've got to pay pay-per-view on top. Whereas with DAZN, it's at the moment $1.99. It may go up to, I don't know, £10 or something. And for the amount of content you're getting, that's way better value for money than having a Sky Sports package. Way better. So I'm happy. I'm also happy because of the broadcast team on Sky. They are not very talented, in my opinion. The likes of Adam Smith, Johnny Nelson, Anna Woolhouse. I find them to be very corporate, very safe, generic individuals. And I was really just bored of them, tired of them. And over the past 18 months, sick of them due to the agenda pushing. Sky Boxing had descended into virtue signaling wokery. And I just don't need it when I'm watching my boxing. So I'm glad they're moving on now. I'm not expecting DAZN to be completely free of virtue signaling wokery. But from what I've seen so far, there's a lot less of it than there is on Sky. And we just have to wait and see who the new broadcast team is for DAZN. Eddie Hearn has specifically picked them himself, his team, Matchroom. They're the ones doing the production now, rather than Sky doing the production. So Eddie Hearn gets complete control over who the commentators are going to be, who the presenters are going to be, and so on. He said it's going to be a mix of industry legends, former legendary fighters, and also new talent. So we'll see what he means by that in the next few days when he makes the announcement. I have to imagine that Sky will be desperately trying to cling on to Anthony Joshua. They weren't able to keep hold of Eddie Hearn. They weren't able to come up with the kind of budget that would match what DAZN are offering him. But in terms of AJ, he's a tried and tested commercial entity with regards to pay-per-view. So I'm sure they're going to be trying to pitch him the best deal they can conceivably come up with. And remember, now that they no longer have to come up with money for Sky to put the Sky shows on, they can concentrate all of their money and all of their efforts on just putting Anthony Joshua shows on, the big pay-per-views. So I'm sure they're going to pitch him a tremendous deal. It's up to DAZN to match it or surpass it. So that's where we're at right now. There you have it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Come and join me on Patreon and access my weekly no-holds-barred, censorship-free podcast where we lift the lid on a wide range of controversial topics. It's not mainstream friendly, it's not politically correct, but that's the whole point. We dare to stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. Just head on over to my Patreon page and select the tier called Hatman Hot Topics. You'll gain access to a minimum of 2 hours of exclusive content every single week, including podcasts, videos, interviews, live stream Q&A sessions, as well as my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. Not to mention a vast back catalog of hundreds of hours of previous episodes. You can listen via the Patreon app with the option to download in high quality MP3. We've also got a Discord server where you can come and chat and hang out with myself and other members. There's no contract, no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.